Hi guys, this is Professor MJ, a Stats University professor, and I'm here to tell you whether I believe you should bet the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Redskins, or the Giants to win the NFC East division in 2019. This will be my third NFL season since I launched my ProfessorMJ.com website, and as you may already be aware, I've obtained a 60% success rate with my picks against the spread 2 years ago, and we dropped to about 55% last year, which was still good enough to net a great profit. So don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to be kept up to date on my NFL picks. Alright, so without further ado, let me tell you right away who I believe is going to win the NFC East division this year. Alright, so first let's review the odds to win the NFC East with 6 different online bookies that are well known, namely Pinnacle, Sports Interaction, Bookmaker, BetOnline, Bet365, and William Hill. By the way, if you're looking for a reliable, a trustworthy sportsbook to open an account with, always remember that I've got a list of trustworthy sportsbooks on my website. Just go to ProfessorMJ.com and click on Sportsbook Reviews, where I've listed my top 20 online bookies. Now, in the table on your screen, I have highlighted in blue the best possible odds for each team. Now, if I report those best odds in a different table, you'll see that, for example, if you want to bet the Eagles to win the division, the best odds are plus 100 in American format, which is the same as 2.0 in decimal odds. Now, if you want to bet the Cowboys, the best odds are plus 210 in American format, which is the same as 3.1 if you're more comfortable with decimal odds. Now for the Redskins, there's something pretty interesting happening. Look at the top table. The odds vary between something like plus 700 and plus 900 with all bookies, except Bookmaker that has plus 1,830, which is a huge difference compared to the other sports books. Finally, if you want to bet the Giants, the best odds are plus 1,850. Now, before I go into a quick review of each team's outlook for 2019, let me tell you something very interesting. There is an arbitrage opportunity here. What does that mean? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I wrote an article specifically about this topic. I strongly encourage you to go to ProfessorMJ.com, click on Sports Betting Lessons, and you see here the second article is called Arbitrage Betting, a risk-free gambling method. How is that possible? So basically what this means is in some cases, the odds vary so much between the different sports books that you can bet all possible options while securing yourself a guaranteed profit. And let me show you that it is indeed the case with the odds on the NFC East. So what we're going to do is structure our bets such that the potential return on each team is $2,000. So for example, if you want to bet the Eagles and have a potential return of $2,000, you need to risk $1,000. On the Cowboys, based on their odds which are plus 210, you need to risk $645 in order to have a potential return of $2,000. And on the Redskins, you need to risk about $103, and on the Giants, $102. Now, if you add all those numbers up, the risk amounts, you will realize that in total you are risking $1,850. Now, one of those four tickets must win. I mean, either the Eagles, the Cowboys, the Redskins, or the Giants are going to win the NFC East. So basically, you have a ticket that's worth $2,000 and you had to risk $1,850. So basically, you have a guaranteed profit of $150 at the end of the season, no matter who wins the NFC East. That equates to a return on your money of about 8%, which can be obtained by dividing the profit of 150 by the total risk amount. Now, do you know many investment vehicles where you have a guaranteed profit of 8% through just 4 months? I mean, in the stock market, you could get such a performance, but there's no guarantee that you are going to win, because in the stock market it can either go up or go down. But in this case, we know in advance that we are going to win $150 for sure. Now, what this basically means, and this is critical, is that at least one of those lines is a good value bet. There has to be at least one of them that's a good value bet, since we have an arbitrage opportunity. Of course, the big question is, well, which team provides value? That's going to be the topic of this video. And before I reveal to you what I believe are each team's chances of winning the division in 2019, let me show you how excited my youngest son Jay is about the upcoming NFL season. Let's start with the New York Giants. I believe they are as likely to win the division as I am to win the lottery. And I don't buy lottery tickets. Ever. This is basically a one-player show with Saquon Barkley. He is awesome and very exciting to watch. However, Eli Manning is getting old, and he looked like he could not throw a pass more than 10 yards down the field. He just kept dumping short passes after short passes, and it made the job easier for opposing defensive coordinators. Now, add the fact that Odell Beckham was traded and Golden Tate is suspended for the first 4 games, and you can already smell trouble in the Big Apple. Their defense, which ranked 24th in total yards allowed last season, will field many new starters, which might take time to gel. So overall, there's not much hope to win the division, and I would certainly stay away from the Giants. Let's now talk about the Washington Redskins. Wow! Did you see the difference between bookmakers' odds and the other sports books? You can bet Washington to win the division at plus 1,830 with bookmaker, while the second best odds are plus 900. In other words, that's as if bookmaker claims the Skins have about 1 chance out of 19 to win the NFC East, while the others believe it's more like 1 chance out of 10. That's a huge difference. While I don't necessarily believe the Redskins are going to win this division, I still think it could be a smart move to drop a bit of money on them at odds plus 1,800 or higher. To me, there's no reason to have the Redskins and the Giants on the same level. The Redskins have a much better defense. The quarterback battle involves 3 guys: Case Keenum, rookie Dwayne Haskins, and Colt McCoy. Now the latter is hurt for a few weeks, and anyway he just plain sucks. Keenum is more conservative and he has more experience, so he should be the week 1 starter. He did pretty well with the Vikings 2 seasons ago, but he was mediocre in all of his other seasons, including last year in Denver, where he threw 17 TDs versus 15 interceptions. Haskins should probably get the nod at some point during the season. One more potential problem for Washington: left tackle Trent Williams is still holding out, and he's telling people that he's prepared to sit out the entire season if necessary. Let's now talk about the Cowboys. I'm not completely sold on Dak Prescott nor Amari Cooper. In my opinion, Cooper overachieved after he joined the Cowboys last year. He was spectacular, but I don't think he can replicate that success in 2019. He also has a mysterious foot injury that might impact his play. And then there's also the Ezekiel Elliott holdout situation that adds even more uncertainty. He was not pleased with the recent comments made by owner Jerry Jones. And even if he signs a deal tomorrow, missing all of training camp and all preseason games is not ideal. Timing is important in football, and you get that from playing with your teammates. I like the addition of Randall Cobb though, if he can stay healthy. The Dallas defense finished 7th in terms of yards allowed last season, and it should be pretty solid this year again. Did you know the Cowboys won 9 games by 1 possession or less last year? They might not win as many close games this year, so I expect a drop off, especially considering the Elliott issue and Amari Cooper over delivering last year. Let's now talk about the Eagles, who ended last season with a 9-7 record, but they finished really strong by winning 5 of their past 6 meetings to sneak into the playoffs as a wildcard team. And they even won a playoff game in Chicago before being eliminated in New Orleans after grabbing a 14-0 lead. So they were really hard to beat down the wire. Also remember that Philadelphia posted a great 13-3 record the year before. Quarterback Carson Wentz was spectacular that year, with an astounding 33 TDs to 7 interceptions ratio. Now he had a bit of a down year last season, but I think there's a non-negligible chance that he goes back to his 2017 form this year. And if he does, watch out. Keep in mind he was coming back from a reconstructed knee. That probably caused his down year in 2018. If Wentz stays healthy, this is definitely a top 5 unit. They have a lot of firepower. Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar, and Zach Ertz are all back, and the Eagles added wide receiver DeSean Jackson to fill the big play role, and they also added running back Jordan Howard, who had 3 good seasons in Chicago. Jackson is the perfect complement to Jeffrey, who is more of an underneath receiver. And don't sleep on rookie running back Miles Sanders. If you have not heard of him yet, you will this season. He has looked great in camp, and he could even grab the number 1 role. And the defense is very good too, with Fletcher Cox and Malik Jackson being 2 beasts on the interior of the line. Alright, so let's end this video with my final betting tips. My favorite bet here is Philadelphia at plus 100 odds, which means 2.0 in decimal format. They have a solid and experienced team all around. I also like the aggressiveness of their head coach. In today's NFL, if you don't take chances, you are doomed. Just stay away from the Giants and the Cowboys. I don't believe their lines provide any value. However, taking a gamble on the Redskins at plus 1800 odds or higher could be a smart decision that might pay off big time. If you are more comfortable with decimal odds, that's the equivalent of 19. One more interesting aspect of this bet is that it offers you some protection in case Carson Wentz gets injured and the Eagles come crashing down. If for some reason the Eagles don't win this division, I would be thrilled to have taken a gamble on the Redskins at such astronomical odds. That's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel as I will be shooting more videos about NFL division winners. And also if you want to be up to date on my NFL picks this year. This is Professor MJ, PhD in statistics. I'll see you very soon.